A trend that I'd love to see die is approaching nutrition by labeling individual foods as good, bad, healthy, and unhealthy. Instead of using these meaningless labels, let's identify foods as contextually appropriate for the individual and their goals. And instead of approaching by looking at the individual variables, start by looking at the big picture, beginning with who's the individual in question? Who is the diet for, right? If I'm approaching nutrition for myself, a 6'7", 320-pound highly active male, it's going to be much different than how I would approach it for a 320-pound obese sedentary individual, which is different than how I would approach it for an 170-pound distance runner, right? The list goes on. And then from there, identify what's the goal, what's the desired outcome from the diet. Are we trying to gain weight? Are we trying to lose weight? Are we trying to fuel output for the physical demands of sport? Are we trying to reduce blood sugar, reduce inflammation, correct gut health or digestive issues, right? And once you've identified who's the individual and what's the goal, then from there, put together a big picture plan of attack, right? If we're trying to lose weight, we got to start with what? A calorie deficit. And we're not going to build that by looking at the individual foods. We're going to start by looking at the overall caloric intake for the day in total. But then once you have an understanding of who's the individual, what's the goal, what's the big picture plan, then from there, narrow it down and look at the individual foods. But instead of asking questions like, is it good or bad? Ask questions like, does it digest well for me? Is the food volume to calorie density strategically appropriate for the amount of food I need to eat? Is the food providing value towards my micronutrient goals or providing fiber? Right? Like, for example, for me, I can't eat a lot of potatoes. They don't digest well, I get bloated. Does that mean potatoes are bad or unhealthy? No, of course not. It just means they're not a good choice for me. So when approaching your nutrition, look at the big picture, narrow it down, and when evaluating individual foods, don't look at it as good or bad, just look at it as, is it a good choice for me and my goals?